everybody, and welcome to another one of my PGA model breakdowns. This week, it's for the BMW Championship here on Awesemo.com. And of course, everything I am about to show you, you can get downloaded into your own Excel or Google Sheets, whatever you use, as long as you're an Awesemo Plus member. So a great time to become one. If you're not, we've got 2 majors coming up in the next 2 months, plus a bunch of other golf in between. So a great time to step on the PGA DFS golf course with a Awesemo weekly pass for just $8.95. So let's go in and see some of the things that you're going to get with that weekly pass, including all of this stuff from Awesemo, his top golfers tool, ownership projections, and so much more. So let's go ahead and see what I offer to the Awesemo Plus members. This is the model or full model tab in my breakdown, in my model. Easily left to right. We start off with the golfer's name, the official world golf ranking, the model rank, and then the make your own model rank, which I will get into here in a bit, the difference between the two. Then we go odds, salary information. Then we go what I would put into Fantasy Cruncher, the make your own and base rating model. And I wouldn't say it's mostly projected points. I guess some could say that. Yes, in a way, if that's what I'm uploading to Fantasy Cruncher, that's in a way it is what I'm trying to do, or at least it's attempts. Okay, the next you're going to see on here is strokes gained for the year, their rank on the PGA Tour, other statistical ranks, the approach proximity, the recent form, and course history would go right here in this blank screen. There is no course history, though. The last time the PGA Tour played here was in 2003. Then I finish it off with the DK DraftKings points all the way back to the RSM in Dubai, the DraftKings field and field rank, points and field rank there. So as we move across, that is the opening page. That's where you can find a boatload of information. But if you want to get specific, I've got some other great tools in here. This is probably my favorite one, the strokes gained database and screener, where you can come into column A3, click Dustin Johnson, and see how he got it done last week at the Northern Trust. You can see pretty much everywhere. When we click Justin Thomas, find out why he did it. It's because he lost 4 strokes putting. Tee to green, he looked good, gained over a stroke again, but his putter, as you can see, when it goes cold, has a tough time winning, as one would think. But as we move on, of course, I put my strokes gained analysis, which of course I put out the article for, the free article that goes in here. Then I put the combined models for Fantasy Cruncher. What I do is I add in Alex's projections from Awesemo and my own 2 that you have in here, the make your own model and the regular model, and I upload them to Fantasy Cruncher. That's normally uploaded by Wednesday afternoon. Then I just show you how each person's getting their points, then the individual tabs, OWGR, then I go odds, then I go strokes gained ranks by field, so you can go and see that Rory McIlroy, sure he's number 1 and number 1. There is some discrepancies, like Adam Long is ranked 121st and Tee to green 65 this year, 41 in the field though. So you can just see how they are in the field. Again, this is only 70 players here at the BMW Championship, but in other weeks you'd be able to use that tool appropriately. Then I give you a bunch of other stats, not just the 4 that I give you on the front page. Then recent form and course history sheets. Of course, there is no course history. Then I give you the DraftKings database and points model, where you can come in and view a ton of points and rankings, maybe all the way back, I'd say about 30 events or so. And then, of course, my ownership projections, where, again, you get to come in and see ownerships all the way back to last year's PGA Championship. So, again, 25, 30, maybe even more events. A lot of information, so if you want to project your own ownership based off of that, you certainly can. Or you can come into this tab and see how I get it done. All right, so before I get on out of here, I always show how my models are rating out this week. It looks like Justin Thomas and Dustin Johnson flip in terms of model rank. Dustin Johnson is number 1. That is no surprise there. Xander Schauffele coming in at number 2. Webb Simpson was number 3, but he just withdrew, moving Daniel Berger up. John Rahm, number 4. Justin Thomas, 5. Kevin Kisner, 6. And the first guy below 8,000 would be Ryan Palmer, who's ranked number 9. What a good restart Ryan Palmer has had. The next guy under 8,000 to show up would be Alex Noren. He's 17th, but big time difference in the make your own model rank. He's actually 46th. As we sort here really quickly to see some of the main differences on the upside rather than the downside. Just again, what I'm looking for is difference of what golfers may be a good fit here, what golfers I may not be looking at. So Sung J M and Ty Hatton, along with Cameron Smith, are 3 of the golfers. Abraham Answer, Sebastian Munoz, just a couple of more golfers that have a better make your own model rank. And now what does that stand for? That's a great way to finish this up. What it stands for is you come in here and you get to change the little columns in the red here. When you do that, it's going to give you a new rating in column R. So if you think that odds are the most important, you put it there. You think other statistical measures, you think that's really important this week, the ones that we have picked out, you put 100% on that. Let's say none of that. I really think it should just go off of recent form. You move that up to 100%. You move the other ones down. See, if you think that the point ratings over there is a little bit too much, just move the other ones down. It's another way you can do it. See, now we're back to 106. So now we've changed. Instead, we've gone to OWGR, and it's still going to give us Dustin Johnson, of course, at number 1. Maybe we'll move Sung Jae Im down from number 3 to number 10, though. So as you can see, just a little bit different. It's a fun way to play with it. It's a fun way to see how the model will project out if looking at specific things. And of course, if you want to change how I rate out the actual points that go into the model, you just come and say, all right, well, I think par 4 scoring between 450 and 500 is going to be super important this week. And instead of doing the ones that I picked, you just do that one. And that'll end up giving you a new rating all the way through to algo points and make your own model. So it's all one fluid motion. Of course, if you want to look at the golfers in each individual pricing range, I do that at the end here, as you can see along the bottom. Along the many tabs that I have, here at the end is the pricing by section. So thank you all for coming and seeing one of my model breakdowns, depending on the day that you're coming to see this, whether it is, I'm doing this a Tuesday afternoon, so happy Tuesday to everyone then. If not, if it's a Wednesday morning before lock, thank you for coming. So, I'm sorry, not Wednesday morning. If it's anytime on Wednesday, great, or Thursday morning before lock. There we go. My brain's going a little bit. But Ben Raz and I will be live before lock tomorrow at 8:30 if you're looking for more great information for this week's BMW PGA Championship. So until then, everybody, we will see you on the other side. Cheers.